Are you guys also looking for the best speedster to rank up faster in Pokemon Unite? Then you have came to the correct place, because in this video I'm gonna show you top 10 strongest Pokemon to rank up faster in solo ranking, who can truly dominate the battlefield and can even carry the entire animal teammates even better than Noah and his arc. Along with that, I will also show you their best build, battle item and boost emblem set with some tips and tricks. So in the number 10 we have the Galarian Rapidash. Back in January 2025, when Galarian was released for the very first time, he was just way too broken. His damage and movement speed were very high. It was almost impossible to stop Galarian, and he was one of the best speedster to rank up faster those days. But unfortunately, as the time went by, the developer of Pokemon Unite decided to nerf Galarian. Rapidash. Because of that nerf, Galarian has become way too weak in this meta, especially his damage. It's just overwhelmingly low as compared to other type of speedster. That's why I have put Galarian in the 10th position, because he is just way too weak and fragile in this meta. So I would highly recommend you not to play and buy Galarian unless he gets some kind of buff or adjustment in the new update, because if you buy Galarian right now, it would be totally a waste of AoE coins. Instead of Galarian, buy some other speedster, which I'm gonna show you in this video. Now some of you might ask that, then why the hell I even put Galarian in top 10 list? Well, for your kind question, right now there are only 10 speedster in Pokemon Unite. That's why I had to put Galarian in this list. Otherwise, I wouldn't even bother to mention Galarian in my lifetime. Anyways, now let's move on to the next one. In the number 9, we have the Meowscarada. Meowscarada is one of the Pokemon which deal massive amount of damage with his basic attack. The damage of the Meowscarada is so scary that he can literally melt any squishy Pokemon in just blink of an eye. And if you level up faster than the enemies, his damage is just mind-blowing. On the top of that, the mobility of Meowscarada is also quite good. He can dash from one place to another without any problem. And even in the early game, Meowscarada has pretty high damage dealing capabilities. That is why when I play Meowscarada, I play quite aggressively even in just level 5. And one thing I love most about the Meowscarada is his passive called Overgrow. With this passive, Meowscarada can become invisible for 1.5 seconds. This passive gets activated when the HP of Meowscarada drops below 30%, and it increases the damage by 20% and HP regain by 20%, which increases the survivability rate even much more. About the best moveset for Meowscarada, it's Night Slash and Trial Blaze. With these two movesets, you can deal massive damage in just blink of an eye. And here's the build and the boost emblem set for Meowscarada. You can take screenshot if you want. Now let's move on to the next one. In the number 8, we have the Eagle-Eyed Talonflame. Talonflame is a speedster in Pokemon Unite that excels at hit and run tactics, focusing on high mobility and burst damage. He is the Blazing Pass speedster known for its incredible mobility and high damage dealing capabilities. Talonflame is an assassin type Pokemon that dominates the central area and terrorizes the enemy's backline. If you like to play high impact hit and run play style, then this bird is definitely for you. And while playing Talonflame, I would highly recommend you to farm in the central area and get level 7 as soon as possible, because Talonflame unlocks his power spike once he reaches level 7, and then make sure to gang in the lane where you think you can easily kill the enemies in early game. Your job in team fight is to be an assassin, wait on the planks, be patient, and take down the enemies, which is dealing much more damage to your teammates, which usually includes attacker Pokemon. And make sure to avoid engaging with bulky defender and all-rounder like Trevenant or Umbreon, as Talonflame is very squishy. And about the best moveset for Talonflame, well, all the moveset of Talonflame is really good. It's depend upon what you are comfortable with. And this is the build and the boost emblem set for Talonflame. You can take screenshot if you want. Now let's move on to the next one. In the number 7, we have the Yellow Flash Zeraora, the legendary mythical Pokemon that's a true force of nature in Pokemon Unite. Zeraora is a speedster known for its incredible burst damage, high mobility, and ability to easily disrupt the team fights. Zeraora is usually available as pre-unlockable license, especially for the new players, and it is a favorite for many central area players. Zeraora's play style is all about speed and precision. Its passive ability called Bolt Switch. Its passive ability called Bolt Switch is the main key of Zeraora. This passive gets activated when taking a certain amount of damage. Then Zeraora temporarily gains shield and increase attack speed. This provides just enough sustainability to survive in team fights. And for the laning pace, I would highly recommend you to go in the central area, because as a speedster, Zeraora needs to level up faster as soon as possible since he needs to carry the game in early game. And if you are wondering whether it is hard to master Zeraora or not, well, it is in the medium level. You won't struggle much to master him unless you are a new player in Pokemon Unite. And about the best moveset for Zeraora, well, all the moveset of Zeraora are really good, but I personally prefer Discharge and Spark. Anyways, this is the build and the boost emblem set. You can take screenshot if you want. Now let's move on to the next one. In the number 6, we have the triple head Dodrio. Dodrio is one of the most unique and challenging speedster in Pokemon Unite. He breaks all kind of rules with its incredible scoring potential and play style that revolves entirely keeping its momentum up. The passive of the Dodrio called Run Away makes him very unique in Pokemon Unite. Instead of just basic movement speed, Dodrio has a blue bar below the HP bar that fills as it moves. Once it's get full, it enters a sprint mode, greatly enhancing its speed and modifying how its basic attacks and moveset works. So while playing Dodrio, staying mobile is the key to use his moveset at full potential. Dodrio mainly excels at lane Gengar and, more importantly, an opportunistic scorer. Basically, Dodrio is the Cristiano Ronaldo of Pokemon Unite, the goal scorer machine. Now if you are thinking of playing Dodrio, then let me warn you, Dodrio is considered as one of the most hardest Pokemon to master. So if you are a new player in Pokemon Unite, I would highly recommend you not to play him directly on the rank. First, make sure to practice a lot with Dodrio. And about the best moveset for Dodrio, well, all the moveset of Dodrio is good. Anyways, this is the build and the boost emblem set. You can take screenshot if you want. Now let's move on to the next one. In the number 5, we have the dark Pokemon Darkrai. As compared to other type of speedster, Darkrai has very low mobility, but do not underestimate Darkrai, because Darkrai is truly a nightmare, especially in the early game with the moveset like Nasty Plot and Dark Void. He has the ability to dominate the early game very effectively, because even in just level 5, his damage is very high, and when he reaches level 7, he unlocks his power spike. This is the point where his damage can even penetrate through the defense of any defender and supporter. Not only that, the cooldown of Darkrai's moveset is very short. Because of that, you can continuously spam his moves. And if you are wondering whether it is hard to master Darkrai or not, well, Darkrai is very easy to play Pokemon. All you have to do is just spam the button while playing him. So even if you are a new player in Pokemon Unite, you can easily master him in no time. So that's why you should also try to use Darkrai to push your rank, especially in solo ranking. About the best moveset for Darkrai, I personally prepare Nasty Plot and Dark Void, and this is the build and the boost emblem set. You can take screenshot if you want. Now let's move on to the next one. In the number 4, we have the White Kitty Absol. Absol is also considered as king of one shot, and there's a reason why. Absol is truly a beast, a monster in terms of dealing critical damage. The critical rate damage of Absol is so high that it can deal one shot damage to any kind of Pokemon instantly. Especially with the moveset like Night Slash and Psycho Cut, his damage can even penetrate through the defense of any defender and supporter. Not only that, the mobility of the Absol is also quite high. Because of all these things, Absol can easily kill the damage dealer who hides in the backline of the opposing team in just blink of an eye. Now the question is whether it is hard to master Absol or not. Well, to be honest, Absol isn't really that hard. You just need few matches to master him, and for the laning pace, you should definitely go on the central area. Since he is a speedster, he needs quite a bit of farm, and once you reach level 7, you can destroy the enemies. About the best moveset for Absol, you can either use Night Slash with Psycho Cut or Sucker Punch with Pursuit, but I personally prefer Night Slash and Psycho Cut, and this is the build for Night Slash and Psycho Cut, and that's the build for Sucker Punch and Pursuit, and this is the boost emblem. Now let's move on to the next one. In the number 3, we have the Green Kitty Leafeon. Leafeon is considered as one of the most strongest speedster, especially in the early game, because he unlocked one of his main moveset in just level 4, and the power spike of Leafeon get activated in level 6. That is why the reason, he can dominate the early game very effectively. As a speedster by nature, Leafeon has a very high burst damage dealing capabilities. Along with that, the movement speed of Leafeon is super duper high, which helps him to easily reach out to the backline of the opposing team and take them down. Then he can easily escape as well, and he can easily kill those Pokemon which has low mobility and no blink abilities. Not only that, because of the unique ability of Leafeon, he can secure or steal objective very efficiently. And about the difficulty level of Leafeon, well, it's on medium level. You just need few matches with him, and then definitely you will learn how does his moveset works. For the best moveset for the Leafeon, right now it's Razor Leaf and Aerial Ace, and this is the build and the boost emblem set that I use on Leafeon. Now let's move on to the next one. In the number 2 we have Gengar. He is also known as the one-shot killing machine of Pokemon Unite. Gengar is one of those Pokemon which can kill the enemies in just few milliseconds, especially with the moveset like Dream Eater and Shadow Ball. His damage is on the extreme level. He has the potential to obliterate the entire enemy. Gengar can be truly a killing machine if you utilize his moveset properly. The damage of the Gengar is so deadly that it can even shred apart the defense of defender and supporter. Not only that, by using the Unite move, Gengar becomes invisible and can easily reach out to the damage dealer of the opposing team to assassinate them one by one from the back. This thing is really helpful, especially in the final stretch, because he can easily take down the Pokemon which is creating problem for your teammates. Now the question is whether it is hard to master Gengar or not. Well, the difficulty level of the Gengar is on the medium level. To master Gengar isn't really that hard. You just need a good amount of matches with him and then you are good to go. About the laning pace for the Gengar, I would highly recommend you to go on the central area, because as a speedster, Gengar definitely need farm, and before reaching level 5, he is super duper weak, so always make sure to focus on leveling up first. Anyways, this is the build and the boost emblem set that I use on Gengar. Now let's move on to the next one. And in the top 1 we have none other than the Zoroark, which is considered as the king of speedster. He is the speed, the lightning of Pokemon Unite. I don't think I have to tell you anything about Zoroark, because most of the players know how strong and deadly he is. With Zoroark, there are some players who even do 1 versus 5 clutch. That's right, Zoroark has the potential to carry the entire game all by himself. Because of his speeds and dash abilities, he can definitely reach out to the backline of the opposing team and easily can escape as well. And most of the time in solo ranking, players doesn't pick specific counter for Zoroark. That's where he gets the plus point. This is why if you master Zoroark, there's a very high chance you can rank up faster in solo ranking, because with the Unite move, he can also easily secure the objectives. But remember this, Zoroark is one of the most hardest Pokemon to master. That's why most of the player doesn't use him. Anyways, about the best moveset for Zoroark, I personally prepare Feint Attack and Shadow Claw, and this is the build and the boost emblem set that I use on Zoroark. So that was it guys. If this video was helpful for you, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. See you guys in the next video.